Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we take a look at how months of closure at the Cumberland Falls State Park is taking a toll on local tourism. And as more and more businesses are allowed to reopen their doors to the public, we look at how farmers markets are changing to make sure they can be one of them. And in Johnson County, one popular summer getaway is not opening its doors to the public this year for the first time in decades.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 2 minutes after 5:30 on to this Thursday, June the 4th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Warm yesterday, rain today. It's about what we expect for this time of year. Let's bring in Brandon this morning to give us a breakdown of just what we should expect on this Friday Eve. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, Will, and you're right. It's the summertime, summertime pattern coming out of spring, going into summertime there. Only a few days left until seasonal summer. We're already in meteorological summer. That started on Monday. Temperatures indicating that. Low to mid 60s, upper 60s in some spots this morning, even low 70s up toward Moorhead and back over toward Louisville. They're close to 80 degrees this morning. So again, not too bad. Similar to yesterday, very mild conditions, but it's a few degrees cooler this morning than it was this time yesterday in spots like Hazard and Jackson, Prestonsburg and Pikeville, Logan, and some spots are a couple of degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday, 24 hours ago. 12-hour planner, 84 today, so not as hot after two record-breaking days in a row. We'll still see those humidity values pretty far up there. Dew points are going to be high, and those chances for scattered showers and storms will pick up in the heat of the day as well. And some of those could be on the strong to severe side. We'll talk more about that coming up here in a few minutes. Will?
Good day to have that WYMT weather out, Brandon. Thank you. Well, Governor Andy Beshear announced 265 new cases and 8 new deaths from COVID-19 last night. That brings the totals in the state to 10,410 cases and 450 deaths. One of yesterday's deaths was a 9-month-old girl in Hopkins County. Public health officials believe the virus was not what directly caused the death, but it was a, quote, contributing factor. Well, on Monday, Cumberland Falls State Park reopened after being closed for nearly 2 months. The park is one of the biggest tourist attractions in the area, and its closing, along with the pandemic, was a major hit to Corbin tourism. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked with the tourism director about how the impact that it had on the area.
For nearly 8 weeks, this view and the roaring of the falls was hidden from everyone.
We are outside. We can easily distance from other people. Why hide the beautiful nature from the world?
Karina York is from Owen County, and when she heard the park was reopening, she planned a trip, saying nature is good for her soul.
It's serenity, it's God's country, it's beautiful. I'm so relaxed and just happy.
Cumberland Falls State Park is one of the top attractions in the area.
Some of the figures I've heard in the past have been, 750 to 800,000 people to the park every year.
The 2-month closure was a hard hit for the already struggling local tourism industry.
Our function, rather, is to market this city as a vacation destination, and we've had to significantly cut that marketing budget as well.
But the opening brought a sigh of relief for Corbin Tourism Director Maggie Kriebel.
We could finally take a breath.
And the glimmer of hope is just around the corner as campgrounds open on June 11th.
That'll be huge. The Cumberland Falls campground stays booked up all summer long, and I anticipate that it will this summer too.
Encouraging those who are hesitant to travel to look to their home state when planning vacations.
Why not rediscover your own backyard?
In Corbin, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Kriebel says tourism is picking back up. They doubled their website visits compared to last week. Well, the Riverfront Park in Leslie County has been closed for months, not just from COVID-19 related regulations, but from constant flooding. This year alone, the park has flooded 3 separate times, destroying and swamping parts of the park. With a relatively small staff, cleaning has taken time at the downtown Hyden Park. Thanks to a grant, though, Hyden's mayor says the park will soon be back open and better than ever.
And we're getting new park equipment also when we have the grand opening, and we're really excited about that. And we also have raised garden beds in here for the first time this year, and hopefully we'll have vegetables that we can share with the community.
Now she adds that the farmers will be here on the 12th and 13th and says they will practice social distancing. They are also still waiting for the go-ahead to open the park. Well, from what can you find in more than half the counties in the state of Kentucky? A farmer's market. These markets not only provide fresh produce, but produce directly from the farms of our neighbors. Many are now reopening and things look a little bit different. Signs about hand washing and social distancing remind shoppers to be conscious of their surroundings and to practice no touching. Farmer Mike Johnson says he is grateful to have a platform such as this to sell his produce while feeling safe.
If I can't sell what I've grown and them feel safe that we're doing everything here that we can do to protect them, to protect our product, I might as well stay home.
Now, Johnson says the farmers market staff provides hand sanitizer and wipes for each farmer. Now, a Perry County Farmers Market is scheduled to open this weekend at their new location in Hazard. It will be open from 7 in the morning until noon on Saturday at Triangle Park. Parking will now be on both sides of the street to accommodate nearby businesses and market goers. Well, the 4th of July is a day where we celebrate our country's freedom and our way of life. It is also a chance for the community to come together. But with the coronavirus pandemic, many cities in Kentucky are canceling or postponing fireworks shows. This now includes Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park. They announced yesterday that they are canceling their 4th of July fireworks. Well, most spring and early summer festivals were canceled, of course, due to COVID-19. But as we approach late summer and fall and restrictions ease, some festivals may actually be sticking around. The Mountain Heritage Festival in Whitesburg is from September 22nd to the 26th. Lee Adams, who is the Mountain Heritage Committee chairperson, says looking ahead, they plan on still having the festival, but are keeping a close eye on how things go with the Kentucky State Fair and other local festivals.
We love our community, and we just hope to get to bring a festival and that come home attitude too, so in the end of September.
Meanwhile, the Osborne Brothers Festival in Hyden, which is in August, was canceled on Tuesday. Well, this summer, a streak is coming to an end. We aren't talking sports, but rather a summer getaway. I went to Paintsville to learn more. For 7 decades, this location has been a refuge from the summer heat.
When I was a kid, I lived right up here in this housing project, and this is the place I came during the summer.
Mayor Bill Mike Runyon has memories of his own coming to this location when he was little.
But if we can get them something nicer put in, then I'm sure they would be willing to take a year off for us to have them something real nice to come to.
The summer of 2020 will spell the end of a 70-year streak, as this pool won't be filled with water this year.
We just felt like that since Governor Beshear has closed down public pools mostly for the summer, this would be a good time to get our building torn down, which was deemed inhabitable. So we just felt like it'd be a good time to get this done.
While needed, this planned renovation will not be a cheap undertaking.
It would probably run anywhere from $750,000 to $1.5 million.
But this mayor hopes his vision and that of others here in Paintsville will catch someone's eye and they'll see the bigger picture. In Paintsville, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News. Now, the hope is a new splash pad, new building, and fixes to the pool will all be part of the renovation. Well, speaking of pools, Summer Splash Water Park in Somerset will open on June 29th. The park will operate with limited capacity and strict guidelines and procedures due to the global pandemic.
We've put in some policies that we think are going to make it a little bit better. One being infrared temperature checks for every guest that comes in.
100.4 or higher, it's going to target and locate, and then it'll actually send us a notification, and then we can find that individual within the park.
Other procedures include employees wiping down tubes, railing, and chairs. Well, do you want to get away and spend some time outdoors? 2 new cabins in Knott County at the Mind-Made Adventure Park are finished and ready for people to enjoy them. The cabins are set up like a studio apartment and provide a place to stay for people who ride the nearby trails. They can be reserved for $100 a night with a 2-night minimum. Reservations can be made by calling the park.
These are all going to be small starter cabins, you know. People want to come into town, ride for a little bit, stay the night. Eventually, we hope to have bigger cabins, more rooms, holding more people, a new lodge built up here.
To book the cabins, you can call the Mind-Made Adventure Park at 606-497-7558. Well, just ahead on Mountain News this morning, coffee fans in Floyd County now have another option when looking for their morning cup of brew.
Another mild morning ahead, but after that, chances for scattered showers and storms return. We'll talk about the possibility for those and if some of those could be strong to severe in about 3 minutes.